All right, what's up, guys? Hunter here with First Flight Archery, Big Hunter Outdoors, baby. Boom! Let's talk about some arrows here. I got a couple arrows in front of me. I want to give you a little rundown. First things first, if you are new to archery and you're going to your local bow shop, do not worry about your arrows to an extent that you waste too much time thinking about it. Those guys at your local pro shop are going to know what to set you in, what to put you in, what's going to be efficient and effective to kill whitetail. 9 times out of 10, most people going into the archery shop are going in there because they're a deer hunter and they want to kill a deer with a bow. And those guys, if they're hunters, they know. So trust them on that. But now, when you get to the nitty and gritty of things and you want to start building some arrows for tack, long range, elk, moose, grizzly bear, whitetail, long range, aoudad, kudu, and yala, you got some things to think about. Maybe even a hippo. So let's talk about those things. Let's talk about it real quick. Got a couple different arrows here. They all vary in grains. They all vary in shaft sizes. They all vary in components. They all vary in fletchings. Let's talk about fletchings first. What fletchings do is they steer your arrow through the air. But what may help you in picking out what fletching you need is what's going to be on the front of it. With a field tip, you can use the smallest vein possible in a 4 fletch, 3 fletch, 5 fletch, 10 fletch if you want. And it's going to probably turn the arrow just fine. It's going to get that thing spinning right out of the gate. So TAC 275, great vein, very durable. This is a great vein overall for mechanicals, fix, you name it. This vein can do it all. Most veins can. The only thing you really want to worry about is when you get a real small vein, real short, low profile vein. That is not going to steer your big, beefy fixed blade very well. With a fixed blade, you may want something like this, AAE. You may want something like this, your alpha boning vein. That is what you're going to want, something long, a little bit taller, to really steer that arrow, get it spinning, and get it going in the right direction. As far as mechanical, a lot of people you see will run this, or even a smaller 275, 2 1/4 tack vein. There's so many veins on the market, you can configure it any way you want. These are the ones I've ran, and I love them. Now let's talk about arrow shafts and sizes, durability, and grains per inch. That'll be the big word of this, grains per inch. What I have here is 4 different arrows. I have an Easton Axis 4mm. This is the long range. This is 9.4 grains per inch, so very heavy out of the gate. This is a 300 spine. So this being a 300 spine and 9.4 grains per inch, you're not going to be able to build a super fast arrow depending on your draw weight and draw length. Draw length increases speed. Draw weight increases speed. Me, I'm 27.5 inch draw length, and that hurts me on the speed side. This is a 400 and almost 70 grain arrow, but at 70 to 75 pounds, I can get it around 280 foot a second, which is plenty good for whitetail. And this thing has extremely good penetrative characteristics, flight characteristics, because it's a 4mm, so it's smaller than your 5 and 6mm arrows. So that's something to think about. This arrow, I have killed so many deer with it, and it is proven to be on the top of the charts because it can get pass through after pass through, and I can shoot the same arrow over and over again. All right, so now you know about the 4mm and the characteristics of that, and what makes it so good. It's a heavy, real tight, rolled carbon, I mean just beefy arrow. Very good, very durable. All right, let's talk about the hottest thing last year on the market was the Easton 5.0. This was their light GPI, lighter grains per inch. I think this thing was at 8.4 grains per inch. This arrow was 453 grains, so sweet spot, probably the that's like the perfect whitetail arrow. 450 grains, you don't need any more than that, and you can hum this thing. So whether you got a long draw length or not, 450 grains can be your sweet spot number to put down most anything really. But with this arrow being at 8.4 grains per inch, I shot quite a few deer with it, and it broke. So I was a little disappointed that I had these nice arrows and they broke. So that is my only fault with going to a lighter GPI arrow. The durability probably is not going to be as something that the Axis 4mm. So that's that. Overall, great arrow. Maybe I just didn't make some good shots, but you know, it still broke. I made plenty of bad shots with the 4mm and it did great. So overall, great arrow. You can achieve a lot with this arrow. You can make it really light. You can make it really light and really fast, whether you're going to tack or who knows what you're doing. So that's that. This year, I will be hunting with the Victory HLR, an even lighter 8.1 grains per inch. 400. This arrow, I built this. This is standard components with 125 up front. Weighs 416 grains. Super light. Tack 275s on the back of this bad boy. I'm going to be shooting G5T2 or a Mega Meat, one of those. And we're going to see how this thing does. So this is an even lighter arrow. I'm curious to see if it holds up. If I break them, if I shoot through the shoulder, if it breaks, probably will, but who knows. So yeah, guys, those are some things to keep in your wheelhouse when you're shopping arrows, when you get all into it. There's so much stuff out on the internet. Oh, let's talk about this one. Rip TKO, probably the most popular whitetail arrow out. I think this is 8.8 grains per inch. And yeah, that is like a good sweet spot. I've never killed anything with this. I actually got these for free. So, and I never hunted with them. But they weighed out at like 500 grains, so it was a little heavier than I liked. But maybe I will hunt with it this year. But yeah, grains per inch is something to think about. Draw length and your draw weight is also something to think about, and what you're hunting. So whatever you're hunting, make a decision. If you're new to archery, don't worry about arrows. Let your pro shop build them for you. Make sure it's paper tuned and get out there and have fun. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you.